Hello everybody and welcome to another spoiler video here at Playing Board Games. First off, thanks Fantasy Flight Games for allowing us to spoil more cards for the Scarlet Keys. And today, if you cannot tell, we have a customizable card for you to all look at. So before we get to the actual details, here's the card without knowing what it customizes to, but it is the Raven Quill. It's unique. It's a 3-cost event. It commits for double book. Can you imagine putting all that experience in and then just being like, you know what I'm going to use this for?
I mean, sure, the second copy.
It's true. So, customizable. When you purchase the Raven Quill, name a tome or spell asset and record that name on its upgrade sheet. Attached to a named asset you control. As a reaction when you resign or the game ends, either mark a checkbox on the Raven Quill's upgrade sheet or reduce the experience cost to upgrade the attached asset before the next scenario by 1. So it kind of has some built-in upgrading in there, but if you don't know what to customize our cards, let's buckle up because I'm going to be doing a lot of reading at the start of this video. So customize the keyword that appears on some player cards. Basically, you can upgrade them as it goes. They start at level 0 and have a separate sheet containing a checklist of upgrades, and each upgrade is accompanied by 1 or more checkboxes. There we go. Unless otherwise specified by a card effect, an investigator can only mark checkboxes on an upgrade sheet before or after a scenario, so this is like the time where you can do it, which is kind of neat. When you spend 1 point of experience, allows an investigator to mark 1 checkbox on one of their card's upgrade sheets. And to purchase an upgrade, the investigator must mark all of the upgrade checkboxes. Once upgraded, it's considered that you have that upgrade. Customizable cards level is equal to half the total number of checkbox rounded up. So if you had 3 checkbox filled, it would be a level 2 item. If you had 4, it would still be a level 2. If you had 5, it would go to a level 3. An upgrade sheet cannot have more than 10 checkboxes, which means they can't be above level 5. And spending experience points on 1 or more upgrades for a customizable card already in an investigator's deck is considered to be upgrading a card for the purposes of card effects. So that's like things like Down the Rabbit Hole, and if the spell ones with Arcane Research, I believe would also work with that. An investigator may directly purchase 1 or more copies of a new customizable card with 1 or more upgrades by spending only the amount of experience points required to purchase those upgrades. Upgrades for customizable cards are considered to be only present on the card at all times, even while it's in an out-of-play area, such as a hand or a discard pile. Spending 1 or more experience points on an customizable card's upgrade sheet is permanent and cannot be refunded. And they should be placed nearby so they can be quickly referenced so you don't forget what's on them. And then likewise, I missed it while I was skimming here, but the level upgrades that you do, it has to fit within the restrictions of your investigator. So you cannot play...
Take that, Lola.
Yeah, you can't upgrade past what people can play, so you can't put this card in level 5. Yeah.
If they can't play yellow 0 to 2.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as also there, additional printer-friendly upgrade sheets can be downloaded at Fantasy Flight, but as I said in a previous video, you also could put it on... use a dry erase on a sleeve that's junky, or you can just like write it on a notepad, which I imagine a lot of people are going to do too. But we have seen all of this stuff. Why don't we talk about what the upgrades are, because I know that's why you are all here. And we have the Raven Quill, so the name of the tome or spell asset, Living Quill. Using attached asset's action abilities did not provoke attacks of opportunity. Spectral Binding, attached asset does not take up any slots. Mystic Vein, you get +2 skill value performing skill tests on attached asset. Endless Inkwell, name 2 more tome or spell assets. Energy Sap, the Raven Quill gains as a lightning bolt exhaust. Raven Quill, move 1 secret or charge from an asset you control to an attached asset. Interwoven Ink, after you resolve an action ability on an attached asset, you may exhaust the Raven Quill to ready another asset you control. And then Supernatural Record. When you play the Raven Quill, instead of attaching it to a named asset you control, you may search your deck, discard pile, and hand for a copy of the named asset and play it, paying its cost, then attach the Raven Quill to it. So when I first read this, I was pretty pumped on that last one, but then when Travis, you and I were talking about it earlier, you still have to pay the cost of the card, so like it's a good way to get it out, but it does have that premium cost on it.
Yeah. I just want to play this card with True Magic.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Because I think that would be sweet. Just keep loading more charges onto your True Magic. Never actually play any of your real spells. Just sit there with them all in your hand.
Yeah.
The game hits you with ants, and you're just like, oh god.
Oh no.
That would be kind of sick, though, because then you could, The weirdest part about True Magic was that it didn't work with the Edge of the Earth spells that came with it.
That was odd.
Mm-hmm. And this is, a very elaborate build-your-own way to just use Earthly Serenity without playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, just show up to the game and you're like, no, I need this poop to go for things.
It's just a forbidden tome.
Yeah, or that.
I mean, this also does seem sick on stuff like on some of the Edge of the Earth spells, because then you can like load it up and just like keep going. And you Travis said when we were talking about this earlier, the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
That seems,
Of course.
Yeah. Should be to the surprise.
It even finds it for you.
Yeah, it even finds it for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Like the rest of the things don't really do anything for it. They just make it not take up slots, which is kind of handy. But
yeah, because you would get the record and then the one that lets you move stuff, right?
Yep.
So then that would be 6. So it'd be it would be a level 3 card. So Lola Hayes can't do it because you can't run the Necronomicon, but any seeker who can run
any normal seeker.
Yeah.
And then like our mystics who can take low level ish yellow cards can play this.
Yeah. I'm just
Like,
kind of looking through spells too that we have here.
Luke can play this pretty well. You can tick 4 boxes on it.
Yeah, so if you could take 4, because this is kind of like where like now that we can like know how these work and we can talk about how these work, kind of like look at like what the tome would be. Because then if you could spend 4, you can only tick 4 text boxes. Supernatural Record probably isn't worth it that much.
Yeah, like Spectral Binding might be nice, depending on what the card is. Mystic Vein's probably a good one to get. Endless Inkwell could be good, depending on what your deck looks like. The RNG set might be neat. Yeah, the Interwoven Ink probably isn't doing too much for most people. Supernatural Record, again, probably isn't worth it, being the only thing.
The only upgrade.
I mean, it would kind of allow you to play something like a Luke deck where you're very item heavy, and then you have like 2 copies of Shriveling that you intend to just upgrade to level 5.
It does make it easier to upgrade them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can use like your backpack to dig this out because it's an item.
Yeah.
And then use this to dig out your Shriveling when you need it. Mary can play this kind of to like for the mystics who can play this. I think it just upgrades their stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically what it does, which isn't bad. It's like a roundabout delve too deep.
Yeah, are there spells that exhaust? Is the suggestion, the guy with the puppet, is that a spell?
Yeah.
Was that, yeah?
Yeah. Could also use this with haste, but I don't know if it actually works the way that you would want it to.
Is haste a spell? I thought haste was a ritual.
Yeah, I think haste is a ritual.
It might be.
We just have the binders on standby. That would be... No, haste is a ritual. Nothing interacts with ritual.
It still works, right? Because it's after you resolve an action ability on the attached asset, you can exhaust the Raven Quill to ready.
Oh, to ready haste? Yeah, to ready haste. Yeah.
So then you can use it for more action, maybe?
Secret Binder.
Secret Binder?
Yeah,
it's coming your way.
You can definitely use it with Fishbook.
Fishbook, yeah, Abyssal Tome.
Fishbook does have to exhaust itself in order to function.
Yeah.
I think the Vermis Visteris does as well.
It does. So, and this is actually good because this is, we haven't seen but we don't know what our,
spell.
Whatever her name is. The new one. I don't know her name. The new mystic. Whatever she does.
Yeah.
Her name is something
Zidane. Yeah, it's like that.
Amira?
Yeah.
Something Zidane.
Amina, maybe?
Amira, maybe?
Yeah, it's one of those, yeah.
I only remember her last name because she has the same name as Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, that's
the famous French footballer.
You could use this to make your medical texts better.
Well, we have Vincent Lee. He can.
So you're telling me I can use this on my level 0 one to try to kill my teammates better?
Yeah.
So how does it? I mean, apart from the sarcasm, what would it do for medical text?
It gives you +2 when you're doing the book test.
So you don't fail.
Yeah, it makes it so it doesn't take up a hand slot.
That's actually.
You can use the action bow without taking attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. If you're in a situation where we really need to heal because we're about to die here.
Yeah, and then the medical text, I guess, if it fails, you have to exhaust it.
I like it on the
on the Fishbook. I think that's neat. Yeah.
Yeah, even because this on now with one you get +2, so you get +3 as well. I think that one's kind of the most interesting one so far.
Yeah, I think it's really cool with True Magic, because then you just never actually do need to play your other assets.
I think where this one also gets really cool is when attached asset doesn't take up any hand slots too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that can be nice. So also as well, if the name 2 more tome or spell assets, I imagine Endless Inkwell, you don't take that one with Supernatural Record because you can only grab one of them.
Yeah.
So like it's like the 2 different styles where it's like either you're gonna like tutor something out, or if you're just here to make generic spells or tomes in your deck better.
Yeah, that
which
one's
is nice.
pretty much just like, is your name Daisy?
Yeah.
Because if it is, you might want this.
I mean, that is something that kind of seems sick. Use like Old Book of Lore. Use your Ravenquill. Get ready Old Book of Lore.
You can even use it to fuel more secrets into the Old Book of Lore if you've got the upgraded one to just like dump everyone's decks into play.
Is Ariadne's Twine a ritual?
I think so. You can use it with Archaic Glyphs very well.
Oh yeah. Oh, that actually seems really good with Archaic Glyphs.
Yeah, especially the Investigate one.
Yeah. Because then also doesn't is that the one where you? Oh no, that's the. What's the one where you have to get a bunch of charges on? Like you try to like really pass the test. That's Ancient Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a tome, is it? It's a relic.
Correct.
That would be sick though. But yeah, on Archaic Glyphs, that seems nice, and even just like helping it upgrade cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, it basically gives you one experience either way, right?
So what was the other card I was looking for?
Ariadne's Twine?
Yeah.
Just to see. I'm pretty sure it's a ritual, though. If that was a spell, I don't know if that'd be good.
It's
a ritual, yeah.
Can you
That's
imagine
where they
showing up to a game and you're like, the Ravenquill, card noted, Grimm's Fairy Tales? Because it has to exhaust itself to work because that card is trash?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can see myself taking
But, like,
this.
it wouldn't even do anything because it's not an action ability, so, like...
Actually, I could see myself paying, like,
worse.
5 experience into this so I can tutor up my Cult Lexicon and have it not take slots.
Oh, that seems
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, that seems sick. Yeah, that seems nice.
And, like, the rest of it doesn't do anything, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just, like, finding it and have it not take a slot, because then you can, like, just do this, like, crazy, like, Joe Diamond using the book but still holding guns and tools.
Mm-hmm.
That seems wild. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking to, if people watched our previous discussion on customizable cards, overall we're not, like, crazy hot on them, but this one is closer to the complexity that I can, like, kind of more get behind for them. And I am curious to see what the other Seeker and Survivor ones are, because I think, and even just one of the Rogue ones too, because, you know, what are they gonna do? Who knows? What was it? Go back to Grim Fairy Tales. It can make it not take up a hand slopper in.
Yeah. You can tutor it out.
Yeah. Tutoring out
For,
Grimm's
like,
Fairy Tales.
I don't know, maximum.
Man. That would be so funny. Someone actually just, you should, like, there's like a drop in Arkham group. They come with this written on the card.
Yeah.
Like, not even like on like a sharp.
Not on this, like Sharpied onto the card.
Yeah. This is always on Grimm's Fairy Tales. That's just how it has to be.
Brennan, what if you built your griefing deck with this and you put it in your deck and you just chose to name a thing on your deck?
Oh, that'd be good. Oh, yeah, you play it.
But like with all the checkboxes ticked that I can
Yeah.
afford.
Yeah, and you do Supernatural Record, you play it, search through your deck, fail to find, keep playing.
Trigger a research ability, like, yeah.
Yes, it's research tech, 100%. Get a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Or do you guys think that Mandy can pull 2 things with this?
Whoa. Search your deck for a named asset and play it. Yeah. You probably only attach Ravenquill to one of them, but you probably do get 2. That is neat. Yeah. Only costs you 6 experience. Yeah, Mandy. Classic Mandy. All right, cool. I think we actually talked about that more than I thought we were going to. But, you know, what do you think about doing with this card? Because the big thing about customizable is obviously the fact that a lot of people are saying they want to do different things with it. So you see the Raven Quill, it's here on the screen. What do you want to do with it, and why is it building around Grimm's Fairy Tales? Please let us know in the comments. Huge thank you to Fantasy Flighted Games, again, for the spoiler. And a huge thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel. For everyone else who is here watching, having a great time, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have a great one. And as always, a GG's.